Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's special edition session for Startup Marketer. I'm sure many of you saw that we launched the 2024 OSSUM Awards yesterday. We're really excited about this program, so this whole session is going to be dedicated to talk to you a bit about what the awards are. Here's the agenda. What the submission process is, how to set your entry apart. One thing to note is we will have the judges do a video session in December to let you know what they're going to be looking for in the award entries, but this is just the best practices to set it apart. We'll do a quick demo of the awards platform and then open it up for any questions anybody might have. So let's talk a little bit about what the OSSUM Awards are. So I'm sure you all know about OSSUM, our chief marketing officer here at Startup Marketer. But the OSSUM Awards is really a first of its kind recognition program. We really want to celebrate the ingenuity, the grit, the creative, everything that comes within these startup marketing individuals, teams, and the agencies that support them. We know there's a lot of awards programs out there, and oftentimes startups and startup marketers are overlooked for larger brands who have larger budgets, who have larger teams that can do larger programs. So we really want to celebrate those who are in startups where we know there's resource limitations, team limitations, but who are really turning ideas into these larger campaigns that are driving results to make their companies stand out and thrive in market. So this is really all about you and the companies you serve. The categories. So I know this is a lot to take in, but we have 25 categories for the initial awards. So there are individual team awards, like you see the SEO Superstar, the Team of One, the PR Powerhouse. We have 13 individual awards, and then we also have team awards. So you think about the best collab with sales or the best use of AI for efficiency. Some in the innovative campaign awards. Some of these are team awards, but you can also enter them as an individual depending on your team setup. And then obviously we all have supporters in the industry, and that might be a tool or system that you're leveraging or a partner that you're using. So we can bring those people into the fold as well and celebrate kind of the best digital agency for startups, the best PR agency, the best MarTech tool that people might be using, so we can get the word out and celebrate those startup marketers, the agencies, and the tools that are really supporting each of us on a day-to-day basis. So I know I showed you 25 awards on the previous slide. So if everybody goes to the startupmarketer.com, you'll notice that there in the navigation, there is a tab now for the OSSUM Awards. You can get a category description of each of those awards on that page directly. So you can see what we're looking for, what the criteria is for that award, if you would like to submit for it. So let's talk a little bit about the submission process to make sure you can all enter without any kinks or hiccups. So it's very easy. Choose your award category, prepare your submission, and complete the payment and submit online. It's 3 simple steps to undertake to do this. One part that you'll have to do that's not part of our regular submission is if you are a first-time user to the awards platform, you will just have to register. This is the page you'll be brought to. You enter your email, you hit continue, and you'll be brought to another page to register your account. Once you're in, you choose your category. There's drop downs for individual awards, team awards, as well as partner awards. And in the drop down, you'll select your category and then the subcategory that you're submitting for. And we'll go through this in a live demo as well. With that, once you pick your category and the subcategory you're submitting for, there is a downloadable blank entry PDF. So that is for the actual award you're submitting for. You can click on that, download it, and work on it on your desk, and then come back and enter all of the fields within the platform if that works easier for you. As you'll go through, you'll see, and as we do the live demo, not only are we giving you the information in the PDF, but you'll notice in every tab where we're asking for information, we're telling you exactly what we're looking for and in how many words we want it. So you'll see that in every tab. There might be a little brief summary, bullets that we're looking for you to include, and that'll just also help you stand out within your entries. When you get to the submit and pay, after you go through, which we'll go through together, you can pay by credit card. And for Startup Marketer annual members, you can apply a discount code. So you would click on this dark gray button, which I'll show you on the platform again. You would enter the code. The code for yours can be found in the marketing perks channel within the Startup Marketer community. So for the early bird entry fee, your award entry would be $300 off, and it would just be $99. Once you get through that page, you'll pick what card you want to use, and then you'll come in and submit and pay with that credit card. Note that we all have to do expense reports, very familiar with that. So once you do submit and pay, you will then receive a confirmation email from the platform with a paid invoice that you can submit for your expense needs. So submission fees and timelines. So right now we're in the early bird entry fee, which will go into $11.29. And that's for the some annual members, it's $99. For non-members, it's $399. And then the regular entry fee will start on $11.30. Some annual members, it'll be $150, and non-members, it'll be $450. For some non-members, if you're doing some math, it is cost effective to become an annual member of the SUM community and apply for the annual member rate. So if you go visit the awards page that I was speaking of on the website, you can find out more information on how to become a member. So let's talk a little bit about how to make your entries stand out. In the platform, we list the criteria we're looking for in the guidelines tab. So this is all spelled out in the awards platform, which we'll go through. So I think as we're looking at the criteria, we want to make sure that each entry is showing the impact that you're making on your organization, whether that be a business outcome, a specific campaign success story. Please include that impact in your entry. Innovation and creativity. We're all scrappy marketers. We're all doing a lot with less than others. So highlighting innovative approaches that really are showcasing how you're thinking outside the box to bring these campaigns or bring these business outcomes to life. Customer-centric approach. I think customer is the centerpiece of all that we do. It's a goal to obviously bring in new customers and retain the customers we have. So really showcasing how you're delivering value to those prospective customers and the customers you have today. Collaboration and leadership. So it's really how you're working across teams or leading these marketing efforts and fostering collaborations with other departments. We know marketing can't do their job alone. So how are you working with product or engineering and sales to achieve these broader business goals? The use of MarTech. So where applicable in some categories, submissions should showcase the marketer's effective use of technology, whether that's to optimize your processes, enhance campaigns, drive larger insights, drive reporting. And then obviously within the specific categories, it's tailoring those submissions to fit the focus. So for example, if you're submitting a content marketing award, it's making sure that content marketing and the outcomes of that campaign, that report, whatever you're submitting for, are showcased and highlighted throughout the submission. Then there's always best practices to stand out. So I think first and foremost, it's understanding the award criteria that we just went through. Like make sure you read through that in the platform and you tailor those submissions to make sure you're meeting those guidelines. That's step one to make sure that your entry is going to be eligible and can stand out. We're marketers. It's all about storytelling. So craft that narrative that highlights the journey, the challenges, and the impact. All campaigns aren't perfect. We've all overcome some kind of less than ideal circumstances when we bring things to life, highlight those. I think key learnings are truly important. Provide quantifiable evidence. So I'm not looking for you to tell me how much revenue it drove, but I am looking for percentages. We help drive, 30% of sales through this program in Q1 that we ran. Highlight your innovation and uniqueness. So I think this is really unique strategies that set you this campaign apart and really what set it up for success within your business. Marketing jargon is everywhere. I think let's avoid jargon as much as we can. Just be clear and concise. Make sure it's easy to relate to. Our judges will all be marketers or have marketing backgrounds in some, but pretend a marketer isn't reading it. Make sure they can learn and take away from it. There's an opportunity to include supporting materials, whether that might be a case study, a visual aid, a campaign, maybe a metrics dashboard to showcase what was done. Please include that. It will really help move the needle on your entry. And then I think I write this one for me, really. Proofread and edit. Spell check it, make sure it's good to go, make sure there's no grammatical errors, and just make sure there's an attention to detail that we all know you have before you hit submit. Now let's go to the platform. So I showed you what the login page looks like. I am actually already logged in for ease. When you log in, you will come to this entry page. So this is where you'll find important award information, where you'll see the early bird pricing, the regular entry, where you can find about the SUM membership rate, the submission procedure, and really where you can contact us if you need any support. Note that once you start an entry, you can edit it. You can actually edit it after you complete payment. Once we close the period, you will no longer be able to edit any of your entries. So you'll come here and you'll hit Start Entry. So here all of the fields will appear, and this is where I'll start to pick what category I'm going for, and then what subcategory. This is where it will again tell you a little bit about the award. It'll give you the descriptor that's also on the website. We'll add your entry name here to this field. So I'm just going to put test for now. You'll hit Save and Next. This is where you'll see the guidelines. So this is where what we just reviewed in the PowerPoint comes up. Your demonstrable impact, your innovation and creativity, all of what we just went through. So it's a good reminder on this page on what criteria we're looking for. So here there's nothing to fill out. You would just hit Save and Next. This is where you'll come in and put the information about the award. So one thing to note here, if you are submitting on behalf of somebody else, please put their name in the name field. So this is where you would put, I would put Beth, my job title. This is where you'll enter your company size, the industry type. So we are a marketing consultancy. Your marketing budget range, this is just a percentage of your revenue. If you're in a regulated industry, this is optional. If you work in healthcare, for example, that's a regulated industry, you would just hit yes there, because then we'll know there might be more disclosures required or less that you can share about your submission. You'll put your email in, your phone number, your website. And then, like I said, if I was nominating somebody else, this is where I would put my information. So for example, in this case, I am pretending that Kate on my team is nominating me for this award. So that way she would be notified about the award. She would be included in this process. Put her email and then her phone number. You can always save and close your entry here where it would save all that you've done to date and come back to it. But for purposes of this call, we're going to keep going. This is where you would briefly summarize the entry. Tell us why it stands out in the category that you picked. And I'm filling these out as tests because they're all required fields. This is where you would give us a description. So the goal you were trying to achieve, a budget you had in mind, the strategy that went into the approach, the execution, and some of the outcomes. This is where you would really hone in, though, on those metrics and results. It's the revenue impact that you had. Again, percentages, you don't have to give us exact revenue impact. Your audience reach and engagement, what you were trying to achieve there, what channels you used, customer feedback and satisfaction metrics that you might have, awards or recognition that you might already have. Maybe you won an award earlier this year for this campaign. Tell us about it. And then all of these fields are really the fields that we talk about in criteria. So they may not be applicable to every entry. So that's why they're optional, but please try for innovation, creativity, customer-centric focus. Please try to include any unique elements or the approaches that really contributed to this that might have been unique or creative or a workaround because you are a bootstrapped company. Same with the customer centric. Tell us how you're delivering value for not only your existing customers, but your prospective customers and how you're enhancing their experience to build your brand loyalty with them. The team. So this is if you're applying for a team award. We want to recognize all those team members that were a part of this creative campaign, of this innovative strategy. So list all of their team members and their title. This is where you can add any visuals you want us to see as part of the award. So I put some examples, we put some examples within the platform. So if you have anything to upload, that can be a photo, that can be a PDF, that can be any kind of image, chart, graph. You can also add video files here as well. So you would just select the file from your desktop. It'll open to select from your desktop or whatever area of your computer it's saved, and you'll have the ability to upload it here. And then here, it's just a certification. You're certifying that when you check this box, the information that you provided is accurate to the best of your knowledge. And you're also giving startup marketer consent that they can use the entry for award-related communications, such as if you're listed as a finalist or winner, we can announce that. Then you would hit Submit Entry, and you'll be brought to the payment page. So here is where, if you're a Startup Marketer annual member, you would go to the membership perks area of the community, and you would apply your discount code and enter it here and hit Update Cart, and your cart would update. Here's where you'll put in your billing address information. You'll choose your payment method, and then you'll proceed to payment to enter your credit card details. Once the credit card details are in and you hit Submit, that's when it would give you the confirmation from the system that we've received your award, as well as the invoice for you to submit to your accounts payable department for credit card reconciliation and expenses. And that's it. Very easy process. We picked a very intuitive platform to hopefully ease everybody's quell anybody's fears. It's very intuitive, it's very easy, it's very straightforward. And like I mentioned, you can download a PDF of the entry form and work on it in a shared Google Doc with the rest of your team before you enter any of the information in the system. So now I'll open it up to any questions.
I have a question. Is there a limit to the number of entries you can submit?
That's a great question. There is no limit to the amount of entries you submit. If you have campaigns, team members that fit multiple entries, you can do that. A great thing within the platform as well that I should highlight is, let's just say you are submitting for best launch campaign, but it also highlights a PR pro as part of that. So it's a twofold. you can clone the submission, pick the new category, and just alter your submit, tweak your submission a bit to make sure it's highlighting that specific category, but it can clone all of your information over so you don't have to double type it.
One other question I had is, so if you're nominating someone else and you're entering their contact information, are they notified that you're nominating them?
We will notify you as the nominator. We will only notify the individual once if they are chosen as a finalist and a winner. Any other questions? We're here as a resource. So we do have a OSSUM Awards space within the community. So if you're having any trouble or need help troubleshooting the tool or have any questions about specific award categories, processes, where you can find your OSSUM annual members code for discount, just please type any questions there and the team at OSSUM will get back to you to help drive your submission along. And like I said earlier, we're going to host a session in December with our judges where they'll talk a little bit about what is going to stand out and what they're looking for in these award submissions. If you follow our best practices, that's what they're going to be looking for, but they'll talk a little bit about their background and what's really going to stand out for them as part of these categories. Thank you everyone so much for joining. We'll make this recording available within the community as well as within our social channels. And we're excited to get this going, and we're excited to see all your award-winning ideas, people, campaigns, and really what you're doing to move startups along.